All right, hello bee nerds. Today I have a collection of some of my favorite bee books that I want to share with you. And I have books from all different kind of categories. So hopefully there is a little bit of something for everyone, no matter where you are at in your beekeeping or bee loving journey. I'm going to start out with my very favorite beginner books that I always recommend to new beekeepers or aspiring beekeepers, and that is Beekeeping for Dummies. I don't love the name of this whole series, but they are really great books. You can see how well worn my original version is. And then of course there have been newer editions since then. But it is one that I referred back to for years and years and still keep handy all the time. So these are great. Everything you need to know to kind of confidently get into beekeeping as a hobby. Those are good ones. Once you're ready to dive a little bit deeper, I have a couple of good recommendations. Better Beekeeping by Kim Flodham was one of the books that I bought probably in my second or third year of beekeeping that just let me go a little bit more into depth with keeping healthy bees on a sustainable basis. Really liked these. He has quite a few different books, and I'm sure they're all written with the same kind of quality of information and instruction. So those are good ones by Kim Flodham. By the way, I'm going to link all of these in the description of this video. They are going to be Amazon affiliate links. So by all means, my first choice would be that you go and support your local independent bookstore. But if you're going to order online, then you might as well help a girl out. So those links will be down in the description if any of these pique your interest. This is a book that I think every beekeeper needs to have in their collection. It's huge, would make an amazing gift. It's beautiful, like glossy colored pages throughout. It's called the Collins Beekeepers Bible. Just gorgeous from start to finish. It has some really interesting stuff on the history of beekeeping. In the beginning, it does go through everything that you might encounter inside your own hive with great color pictures, all the tools and everything you need, and then into honey processing, and it finishes off with a whole bunch of recipes in the back. So truly is a Bible when it comes to beekeeping, and one that I would recommend for everybody to get their hands on. Now, on the topic of honey, that one has some great recipes in the back, but there are, of course, some really good books out there about honey on its own. These are two that I have purchased recently, both actually they share one of the same authors, Marina Marchesi. She is the honey sommelier on Instagram, and a very prolific writer all about honey. I would say between the two of these, this one is more applicable information for a beekeeper. Also includes lots of recipes in the back and some really good information on the different types of honey, different ways that you can process honey and other hive products. This one is a very nice book. Again, like glossy colored pages throughout, that goes more in depth but only about certain honey varietals. So this is a neat reference to have if you are into collecting honey or seeking out specific monofloral honeys, but not necessarily for a backyard beekeeper producing wildflower honeys. Both of those are lovely books. To continue on the Hive Products vein, these two are must-haves. If you are going to start to harvest beyond honey and start to harvest beeswax and propolis and other hive products, then these are the two books that are going to get you started in using those. Beehive Alchemy and Beeswax Alchemy, both by Petra Anhart. Fantastic resources. Again, glossy, full color. There's how to make beeswax crayons in this one. And it really just, which one you get depends on what kind of variety of products you want to use. Beeswax alchemy, of course, is just about beeswax. Beehive alchemy also includes stuff with propolis and bee pollen, etc., as well as lots of good beeswax stuff. So those are two for your winter kind of crafting and hive product processing. A lot of these products I have started making from the guidance in these books and gone on to produce them for markets, and they've been very successful in our local markets. Good stuff in there. Now, if you're ready to like nerd it up to the next level, this is where I get really excited about these books. I have 4 awesome books that I would recommend for you. The first is Buzz by Thor Hansen. This one is written beautifully. It's a really easy read. It reads like a memoir, but includes tons of just like mind-blowing information about not only honeybees, but all of the other native bees in specifically North America. So really great book when you're ready to kind of branch out beyond just an appreciation for the honeybee. Another good one, if you're really ready to branch out even beyond bees and into other stinging insects, is The Sting of the Wild by Justin O. Schmidt, who I believe just earlier this week passed away. Incredible work that this man did to contribute to the knowledge of Hymenoptera, which is kind of the family of stinging insects, so bees, wasps, and ants. He let all of them sting him. So there is quite a humorous table at the back in the appendix with his descriptions of the stings of over 80 different stinging insects. A really interesting read, heavy on the science. So this is kind of extra nerd. The Mind of a Bee, this one blew my mind more than any other book that I have read on the topic of bees. The author, Lars Chitka, goes through all of the different experiments in what they taught us about bees. And what I found really fascinating was the way that these experiments were set up to determine how and why bees were displaying certain behaviors. Incredible book, especially if you are an appreciator of scientists and the work that they do, but also because it will really expand what you know about bees into the realm of like they can learn and their consciousness and their awareness of self and other. Really, really cool book. And now this last one is brand new to me. It's actually a brand new book. I had it on pre-order and it just arrived this week. It is Bees of the World, A Guide to Every Family. Fantastic, beautiful resource as you start to look for and appreciate bees aside from honeybees. For each family, it includes like a map of the range, all of the descriptions. Again, you could really nerd up with this one. It goes into, you know, how to use microscope analysis to see head markings and tongue shape and determine exactly what bee you're looking at, but also just a huge collection of photos that will help you get a pretty good idea of what you may have found in your own garden. So gorgeous resource in this one. Now I just have 2 more that I want to share with you, and they are fictional works, but fictional works that I thoroughly enjoyed reading because they did a really accurate job of portraying beekeeping. So I loved both of these. I would be hard pressed to pick a favorite between them. The Honey Bus is one. This one is a memoir of a young girl who kind of connects with her father through beekeeping. Father? Grandfather? It's been a while. Beautiful book. The Honey Thief, this is a fictional work. Maybe I said fictional. This is a memoir. This is a fictional work about a young girl who was caught stealing honey from a roadside beekeeper stand, and in the end goes on to form a really sweet connection with the beekeeper. that kind of saves her. So beautiful, beautiful read as well. Those are my favorite bee books. I would love to know if you think that I have not included something that should be on this list. Let me know in the comments. If you're going to check any of these out, let me know. And when you do, I want to know what you think. Thanks for watching.